What's up, everybody? Jacob, Miami Dolphins Syndicate. Before we get into anything, anybody that would have watched the game yesterday, FAU versus North Texas, the game I was commenting on ESPN Plus, I would just like to thank you. It's something I talked about in the last video. It was absolutely insane to me going on an ESPN. It's such a surreal experience to be able to do that, work alongside Frank Fort, somebody who I've been watching commentate Marlins games, somebody who I've been watching do work with the Panthers my entire life. So such a surreal event to be able to do that, and I hope for another experience like that to be able to commentate games for ESPN or just whoever. I thank FAU Athletics for the opportunity that I've had. But getting to the topic of today, we got the Miami Dolphins going up to New England, take on the Patriots. The Patriots right behind us in the wildcard standings, 7-8, 8-7. Haven't had a good run of games. They are 5-6 in their last six. Or sorry, they are 1-5 in their last 6 games, or maybe I got that wrong. Maybe it's 1-4 in their last 5. Either way, they have not had a good run of games. That one victory was against the Arizona Cardinals, the game where Kyler Murray went down, and they've had a real tough slate of things recently. Last week, they had an opportunity to upset the Cincinnati Bengals. They had the ball down by 4 points, had the ball within their own 10-yard line. And then Ramondre Stevenson goes ahead and fumbles it. And then, of course, the week before that, the absolutely glorious end to that game where they lost to the Raiders, where for some reason Jacoby Myers thought Mac Jones would be a great runner of the football in a whatever way you want to call that play. Tossing it back to Mac Jones is probably not a good idea. And they lose that game. They did defeat the Cardinals. They lost to the Bills. They lost to the Vikings. So, yeah, they've lost 4 out of the last 5 games. And let's just take a look at what they offer. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, that is definitely their stronger side. I think we all know that at this point. But the New England Patriots, they allow the 5th least points per game, 6th least yards per game, 12th least rushing yards per game, and 9th least passing yards per game. So they have a very good defense. And that's something you come to expect with a Bill Belichick team. And if you look at the other side of the ball, that the defense is clearly what's gotten to this point in the season. They have one of the better defenses in the league, and that's something that is we're going to have to monitor how they approach Teddy Bridgewater, because they allowed 270 yards and a touchdown to Tua week 1. And it wasn't a flashy game. It wasn't a great game. Something I talked about yesterday, talking about Teddy, but Tua got the job done. They didn't get a lot of pressure on Tua that game. He was mostly comfortable, but he didn't take a lot of risks. He didn't make any big plays. And that's something we can look for Teddy Bridgewater to probably do against the Patriots next on Sunday. Their defense, that is one thing that's going to keep the game close. But if you look over on the offensive side of the ball, it is absolutely atrocious. They are the worst team in the league when it comes to the red zone. They can't pass the ball. Ramondre Stevenson's been the one sort of bright spot for them. He had 172 yards in that game against the Raiders, but the other games during this bad run of form over the last 5 games, he's had below 60 rushing yards in all 5 of those games. So if we can keep Ramondre under wraps, that is going to be a very good thing for the Miami Dolphins, because they don't provide a lot elsewhere. They don't provide much else elsewhere. Jeez, that was difficult. Looking at Mac Jones, a very limited quarterback, and when you have a limited quarterback like they do, something I'm talking about with Tua, if you give your quarterback support, if you give him an offensive line, if you give him a running back, if you give him weapons, then they're going to succeed. The Patriots' offensive line is all right. They've let guys go over the years, found a way to replace them. That's starting to finally come to pass, that they can't just keep doing that. The rushing game with Ramondre Stevenson, again, that's a one strong suit, but looking at the weapons, Devontae Parker might be out again with his concussion. You're looking at Jacoby Myers, Nelson Aguilar, Hunter Henry, a very weak receiving core, very weak options for Mac Jones to throw to there with the New England Patriots. And then, of course, the offense led by Matt Patricia, formerly defensive coordinator for the New England Patriots, washed out head coach from Detroit, running the offense. And that is probably one of the biggest things that are going to keep the Dolphins in the game, because I do feel better than most about Teddy Bridgewater being the quarterback, but he's the backup. He is a backup for a reason. He's had his opportunity as a starter in Denver and in Carolina. He's had his opportunity as a starter and didn't necessarily go his way. But when he was the starter in replacement for Drew Brees, went undefeated and kept the Saints in the division lead and did a very good job doing so. So you're going to get a professional. You're going to get someone who's poised. You're not going to get a lot of athleticism out of Teddy Bridgewater. You're not going to get this cannon of an arm. But with the weapons that we have at our disposal, I don't know how the Patriots are going to keep them under wrap, especially when the offense is not able to stay on the field as they do in New England. Our skill guys, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, keep them on the field, and they're going to tire out that other side. If Teddy Bridgewater can just get the ball out of his hands less than 3 seconds after the snap, I feel very good about how this offense is going to be able to operate. I would love to see Raheem Mostert, love to see Jeff Wilson have a good day running the ball. Like I said, they're 12th against the rush, so slightly weaker there than the other side with the pass. So if we can run the ball, but I've been saying now, every week that if we can just run the ball, and we can't run the ball. We've had 2 games all season where I've been like, wow, we're doing a great job running the ball today. Against Cleveland, against the Bills, we did a great job running there. If we have our best chance of winning the game is if we can run the ball. I don't know I'm going to get out of Teddy. I feel good. I don't feel great, but if we can run the ball, I feel a whole lot better. And now looking at the scenario of the game, what it means, if we win and the Jets lose, we're in the playoffs. I've been very disgruntled making YouTube videos this week. I've been very down in the dumps. The live stream after the Dolphins game says it all if you're able to catch that. I've been very melodramatic, I guess the best way to put it, about the Miami Dolphins. We lost 4 games in a row. We've lost to 4 good teams. And now here we are fighting for our life just to make the playoffs. At one point, we're the number 1 seed. At one point, we're in the division lead. And now we're just fighting to make the playoffs. I'm trying to find some courage. I'm trying to find some strength to feel good about this game. It's hard. I'm sure as all of us Dolphins fans have felt this week. It's been very hard to muster up and feel good about the team. I've been trying to emotionally detach myself from the team because even if we do make the playoffs, I feel like it's probably going to end in us losing the first round to either Kansas City or the Bills or the Bengals. Now, Tua comes back and the offense is sharp. We definitely can upset somebody. And I've said about Tua, to me, he's on probation. When he plays good, I'll give him credit. But when he plays bad, it's like, okay, yeah, that's what we know. That's what we're afraid of from Tua. Teddy Bridgewater, some of the same things. Not very athletic. He's a little bit of a bigger body, so I do feel better about him security-wise in the pocket, whereas Tua can just kind of be thrown around like a rag doll. But if we win out, we still control our own destiny. I'm tired of talking about controlling our own destiny. I want our destiny to be sealed. I want us to be in the playoffs already. How do you feel? How do you feel about the rest of the season? We have 2 big divisional matchups here. We win, we're in. We win just this week and get a little bit of help from the Jets, and we're in. So what do you guys think about the game on Sunday going up to New England? How do you feel? It is just funny to point out that it was not too long ago we go up to New England and ruin their opportunity, make them fall out of the bye, have to play the first week of the playoffs. They lose to Tennessee. And then Tom Brady, that's the last game he's ever played. It is funny to point out that we did that to them, and now they have the opportunity to do so to us. If we win and the Jets win, if we lose and the Jets lose, it's going to be a very fun, by fun I mean miserable, last week of the season. But if we win, the Jets lose, if we win, the Jets lose, we are in. Simple as that. Score prediction. I think it's going to be a lower scoring fair. I'm going to go with, I don't want to predict a win. I think we're going to 20, I'm going to go 20-17 Miami Dolphins. Jason Sanders, I need to see more out of you. I need to see you convert these kicks. Drop your predictions down below. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.